People like to say, this product is gonna grow your hair overnight. This one gave me 3 inches in a week, and this. Just be patient. Hair grows quite slowly. Hair grows quite slowly. So don't feel like, oh my gosh, what's going on? It hasn't changed. No. In this video, I am sharing 12 of my top tips to help you get to waist length in 4 years. Yes. If you are bold now, you could be at waist length at 4 years. I'm going to share with you how you can do that. And I know you can do that because it took me way longer. So hopefully I can share with you guys some of the mistakes I made so you don't have to make them. If you're interested, keep watching. Like I've said already, it took me over six years to get my hair to waist length, and I made so many mistakes, guys. So I'm just doing this video to help you. If you're frustrated with your hair, if you've plateaued, if you just don't know what's wrong and you want to progress, I'm going to share with you my 12 top tips to help you to get to waist length in 4 years. Mistakes you should be avoiding at all costs so that you get to waist length quicker than most people. All right, 4 years. Of course, this is assuming that you are healthy. This is assuming that you grow hair at least 0.5 inches per month. If you have a slower growth rate, you can adjust this video all the time accordingly. However, if you grow half an inch a month, you should have 6 inches at the end of the year, which means you have 12 inches at the end of 2 years, and you should have 24 inches at the end of 4 years. Did I do the math right? 24 inches. Of course, waist length is based on just an average height. For example, I'm 5.3. If you're taller, then you're not going to be waist length, but you have the inches. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, 24 inches is pretty ambitious, and 24 inches is not really even attainable because life happens, right? However, if you can get to around, for most people anyway, 19 inches, 20 inches, you will be at waist length, depending on your height, of course, guys. I'm trying to cover all bases here because a lot of people come for me, oh, people, genetics, whatnot. Of course. Check your genetics if you think something's wrong or something not wrong, but if you just don't have the gene for long hair, if that's even a thing. I don't want to get into that. I get so much negativity around some of these videos that it negates the point I'm trying to make. Hair growth is genetic, but length retention isn't. So if there's anything within your genes that may hinder your hair growth, of course, this is not for you. This might not work for you. However, if you have no idea about your genes, or if you just want to try something out, check this out. Check what I have to say. Another thing is that a lot of us can grow hair. If we shaved our hair will grow up to a certain length and it'll stop. We shave our hair again, it'll grow to a certain length and stop. If you shave it again, it'll grow to a certain length and stop. That tells you one thing: your hair is growing. Your hair is growing. Most people's hair is growing. It's the length retention. Okay, back to the 24 inches. 24 inches is ambitious, so I'm not necessarily trying to get you to retain 24 inches, okay? There are going to be trims, there are going to be breakage, what have you. So if you can try to only lose 4 inches. Oh, there's my tape. Hee-ha! Talk about convenience. If you can just try to focus on only losing 4 inches in a 4-year period. This means that you want to trim an inch per year, an inch per year, an inch per year, an inch per year. Okay? Maybe another inch for breakage, who knows, but let's try and avoid that. There is leeway, okay? So if you lose maybe 5 inches, for example, for argument's sake, 5 inches in the 4-year period, it means you would have retained 19 inches of your length based on all the factors I spoke about. Your genetics, you're okay, you're healthy, and you grow hair at least 0.5 per month, 0.5 inches per month. 19 inches for most people is waist length. 20 inches is like the standard, I think, for waist length. However, for some people, it's much more, okay? You will need maybe 24 inches to get to waist length, depending on how tall you are. Some people will need, I don't know, 30 if you're really tall. But the point is, I'm trying to make is you can retain 20 inches in 4 years. Point taken, I hope. So first, what we want to do is I would wash my hair deep condition style. I would stretch my hair and put it in cornrows. I wouldn't put large cornrows, I'll put medium to small cornrows. And then I'll use wigs. Headband wig is my favorite, okay? You guys know I love me a headband wig, okay? Headband wig. And what you want to do is simply moisturize and attend to your scalp within the cornrows over a 3-month period, for example. So you wash your hair maybe, I don't know, once a month, however, every 2 weeks. I would recommend once a month at least, at most. Is that most? Don't wash your hair as more frequent than a month, unless you have to, of course. If you've got sebum, you exercise, you've got itch, you've got issues, etc. But if you are someone that washes monthly, for example, it means you only need to wash once a month. And within that 3-month mark, you're only washing 3 times, okay? Once your 3 months is done, you wash your hair, deep condition, what have you, and then start removing those cornrows. So remove one at a time, detangle it thoroughly, and put it into a flat twist. Remove the next one, detangle, flat twist. Once you're done, re-braid your hair into the cornrows and back into the wig. Done. Repeat that for a 4-year period. Of course, if you feel like, okay, I want to recycle my parts, then go ahead and make new parts. Or instead of cornrows, do twists or braids, for example. I would recommend braids if you want aggressive length retention, okay? Because braids hold the hair better. Okay, so you don't have to stick to the cornrows, particularly if, you know, you're worried about your edges. Just be gentle. Guys, don't come for me in the comment section. Oh, you can't advise people to just wear cornrows for a 4-year period. Of course, change it up as you see. However, if that's your standard style and you have it on repeat, you can really retain some crazy length. Bear in mind that detangling is very minimal based. Okay, you're detangling one cornrow at a time so that you can focus, you can be gentle, you can take your time, you're not feeling overwhelmed or frustrated, and then back into the flat twist. You never have to deal with the bulk of your hair, which is the source of a lot of breakage for a lot of people. Guys, I've spoken too much. That's probably another video. Tip number 1, don't play around with moisture and protein. Master your moisture and protein. A lot of naturals stay away from protein, particularly because they say they're protein sensitive. However, it's probably the type of protein you're using. If you're using something like Afro-G, something really strong, like a really strong protein treatment, yes, it might harden your hair. That's not something you do often. But if you're just incorporating little bits of protein, hydrolyzed protein, it's going to really help strengthen your hair and reduce breakage. Moisture as well, increasingly important. You must get these 2 right so that you retain your length. If you're still trialing and error, you haven't got it right, and you're up and down about it, you're prone to setbacks. So try and nail your moisture, nail your protein. I am coming up with a digital product for you guys, okay? That's gonna help you really nail this routine, okay? That way you're not guessing, you're not trying to think, oh, what am I doing here? It really helps you grasp that and master that and follow it. So look out for that, because I really want you guys to achieve your goals. Like, I've never had waist length hair ever. So I know it can happen because it has never happened in my life until now. So of course it's not for everyone, but majority of us can grow our hair super long. The next thing, retaining length in 4 years. Detangling with tools? Nah. I wouldn't recommend it. I would say ditch the combs. Felicia Leatherwood, Easy Brush, Denman. They do detangle well, but in my experience, detangling not only breaks my hair, no matter how gentle I am, there's some level of breakage. Detangling also causes mechanical damage on my hair. Detangling also encourages split ends and single strand knots. So while you can have a routine that incorporates detangling tools, if you want an aggressive length retention strategy, you have to minimize your detangles. If you can do a thorough detangle twice a year, once a year, and then the rest of the time you're finger detangling. I recommend Cosmology as well. That's a brand that has got really good tools. I'll put a link below. However, I recommend fingers. If you want aggressive length retention, use your fingers. Stop switching up the styles. Today, updo, the next day braids, then cornrows, then roller set, then flexi roll, twist out, braid out. No. If you want length, that's not it. Stick to one thing, maybe two, okay? Just to switch things up. So do one for a period and then switch it up to the next. So you can do cornrows and then you do braids and then back to cornrows and then braids and then back to cornrows and braids. That way you get the rotation with the parts for people that are worried about thinning parts. However, don't be switching up styles. If you want length, don't be switching up styles. Trends, stop with the trend following. If you're watching YouTube, it's strictly for, I don't know, improving your moisture, improving your protein, improving your knowledge, okay? Improving a routine that's already grounded. Don't jump on these, oh, try this out and try this product out and try this routine. And like, there's crazy things out there, trying all sorts of things in the hair. I have learned it the hard way, okay? So don't do it. Overwashing your hair. Overwashing is underrated. Like, people be telling you to wash your hair every week. The only time that I'll wash my hair every week is if it's in some sort of plait, like braids maybe, or cornrows, or even synthetic hair, because it's secure. The hair is secure. So I don't have to detangle it. I don't need to worry about tangles. However, I can hydrate the hair. So I get the concept and people wanting to wash their hair regularly to hydrate it. However, washing the hair usually comes with detangling, and detangling is the enemy of length retention. So if you want to wash your hair every week and you want to retain your length, I would say do it in one of the styles that I've mentioned. However, if you can go a bit longer between your washes, that's going to be better. How do you hydrate your hair without washing it? Feels like another video that I need to do. But simply moisturize with heat. That's it. Use heat to moisturize your hair. You can get hydration that way. Treasure your ends. Treat your ends like silk. If they love being stretched, stretch them at all times. If they like being sealed, seal them at all times. If they love to have a cast over, as in gel or some kind of product to keep them in that position, do it on a repeat. Your ends are what's gonna get you to waist length. Let me just say that. Don't play with your ends. It's not worth it. And in the vein of your ends, you want to make sure that you trim as required. You can trim on a routine if it helps you remember. But I don't like to trim on a routine because sometimes that just cuts unnecessary hair. So trim when the hair needs to be trimmed. When it doesn't need to be trimmed, don't trim it. And you want to avoid trims by avoiding damage. How do you avoid damage? Reducing the handling of your hair. So we want to leave the hair alone. Pick and stick to a simple routine. Wash, condition, moisturize. Scalp care. Done. if you want to try this mousse and you want to try this gel and you want to try this product and you want to try this shampoo and you want to try A, B, C, D, if you want length retention, find what works, stick with it. I've already said this as I've spoken about all the points, but protective styles, they protect the hair, but they're really preservatory as well. They really just help you not detangle your hair as much, help you not get your hair tangled in the first place. They help protect the hair and keep moisture for longer, of course, depending on the style and what you've used. But protective styles are a must, in my opinion, for length retention. I would say no heat. Most people that use heat, especially straight naturals, if you look at their routines, a lot of them are on regular trims. They say it themselves, like, my hair can't go without this amount of trims per year. So it's a standard for them. They must trim the hair at these times. So like I said before, we want to avoid trim. So for me, heat, I would not do heat. If I want to grow my hair in 4 years, I want to get to waist length, there's not going to be any use of heat. I've learned these over years. They might not be working for you. They might not work for you. They might not sit well within your lifestyle. However, for me, I know that works because each time I used heat, even if it's once, okay, even if it's with a heat protectant, I'll get split ends like no man's business. I'll get mid-shaft splits, single strand knots, dryness. I'll be trimming my hair more than I need to. So if you can avoid heat, avoid it. This one's not common, but keep a hair diary. Keep a hair diary. This month I've done da 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 da. This week I've done da 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 da. This has worked. This has not worked. This one dried my hair out. This one made my... If you do this earlier on, you have a really good understanding and you have a grasp on your hair's needs very quickly. It's something I didn't do until much later. So keep a hair diary. It really helps you eliminate whatever hasn't worked. You don't need to try it again if it's already failed. Keep moving and find the things that work for your hair. Consistency. There is no achieving anything with no consistency, even if it's not hair related. If you don't act like a robot on the clock, moisturize before your hair is dry, do the right thing, don't get lazy about your scalp treatments and your deep conditioners and whatnot. Like, you have to be consistent. And that's why I've given you guys a simple style that doesn't require detangling, so you can be consistent. Okay, because I know consistency, it's hard to achieve over a 4-year period. So if you just know these are my styles, this is my routine, done. You're not trying to look cute. You can look cute in wigs and whatever, ponytails, and once in a while you can have your hair out. But if you want aggressive length retention, 4 years, go hard. Go hard. It's a sacrifice. You're not playing in your hair that much, but in 4 years' time, let's talk. Let's talk in 4 years. Last but not the least, patience. People like to say, this product is gonna grow your hair overnight. This one gave me 3 inches in a week, and this. Just be patient. Hair grows quite slowly. Hair grows quite slowly. So don't feel like, oh my gosh, what's going on? It hasn't changed. No, just allow the hair to do its thing. Hair takes time. This whole checking the length every month, then no. Of course, check your length, a few times a year, but don't make it a monthly thing. You're gonna get discouraged because it's gonna be 1 inch and 5 inch. Like, it's gonna be really little bits of increments, and it could discourage you. So just be patient with your hair. Love on your hair. Enjoy the journey. Learn your hair. Before you know it, 4 years goes like that. It took me 6.5 years to get to waist length, and I did not see where the time went. So you can do it. I hope this video has encouraged you. Be sure to subscribe, like this video, share this video. Until next time, bye.